Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Searles, and this is the Week 2 discussion board post for MPA 580. There are several theories that define what is morally and ethically right. The following are 4 of the theories that I've identified. The first is St. Thomas Aquinas' natural law theory. The natural law theory by St. Thomas Aquinas posits that human beings are created to want what is good and avoid that which is evil. This drive creates a set of natural laws that define what is reasonable and moral to do. However, according to Aquinas, we tend to avoid doing so because of emotions and ignorance. The second identified is Kant, categorical imperatives. The categorical imperative by Immanuel Kant explains that to determine what is and what is not moral, we have to use reason. Categorical imperatives are a set of commands or rules that we must follow regardless of whether we like them or not. But this tends to take place because they are reasonable to us. Based on this aspect, moral obligations are therefore derived from pure reason. The third is Bentham and Mill, utilitarianism. Utilitarianism defines morals as actions that result to positive consequences rather than the intentions. Therefore, any action that causes a heightened sense of pleasure, which could include joy, happiness, and well-being of others, is considered to be morally right. The fourth is Hobbes, contractarianism. Contractarianism explains morality from a contractual perspective, where it defines moral acts as those that do not violate the free rational agreements or contracts made between 2 or more parties. My first example is based on Kantinian theory, where it can be used in public administration to explain equitable allocation of resources. In this case, lawmakers, for example, pass a budget that will be fair to all citizens, having a larger picture in mind, instead of only favoring the interest of the selected few. This is a case where reason supersedes emotion, avoiding cases of favoritism that may impede achievement of the common good. The second example chosen is based on the natural law theory. An example is of the police avoiding the use of lethal force by using stun guns instead of live bullets when apprehending an armed criminal, or even shooting them when absolutely necessary to disarm and not to kill in conformance with preservation of life. Virtue theory absolutely applies to public administration, and I can go further to say that it is the ideal picture of public administration, where people do the right thing at the right time and for the right reasons and people. However, for such a situation in public administration to work, a supporting organizational culture needs to be in place, including recruitment of the right people, since the concept of virtue to some extent is dependent on the environment in which one is brought up. Instilling a virtuous culture will prevent some of the common institutional temptations that impede delivery of quality services to the public, for example, corruption, discrimination, negligence, to list a few. And that concludes today's presentation. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I look forward to hearing all of yours.